Hello everyone, I am WumboCat. Today I'm going to be talking about the chows in Sonic Adventure 2, Battle. While playing the game, you'll eventually run into a box and get a key. Nothing happens yet, so you just keep playing the game until you're suddenly going to a place called Chow World. There you find yourself in a really weird place with bizarre, upbeat music, playing urging you to move. You step through a portal and enter the Chow Garden. There you'll find 2 eggs waiting for you. They'll hatch on their own, but you can hold them and give them a little shake to make them hatch faster. Or just throw the egg at the wall. It's fine. Out comes these little creatures called chows, and I gotta say, they're really freaking cute. Well, the first chow born is kinda creepy, but the second one is cute. You can feed them, hold them, and pet them. With my parenting skills, they're bound for greatness. You can also give the chows the little animals you found while playing the main game, and their stats will increase while taking on the appearance of the animal. The animal, however, becomes sluggish and then disappears. Now that I think about it, the chows must have absorbed the animal's life force and, well, suddenly they're a lot less cute. After the chows hatch, a portal opens up in the Chow Kindergarten. There are many services for your chow here. You can go to the principal's office where you can ask him things like, "What's a chow?" Which is a horrible question to ask now that I'm already a reluctant father of 2 chows. He also gives useful advice. It's not useful. Chows like to be fed. Yeah, because that's totally not related to, living. Are you gonna tell me that chows like to breathe? There's even product placement in his advice. Buy the other game to fully unlock this game. Yep, this was DLC before DLC became a thing. We need to bring a chow in order to use the other features. So I picked up the cute chow and brought him over to the doctor's office. The doctor can diagnose your chow and give you some details on its personality. I played this game a lot as a child, but I've never had a chow get sick before, and apparently it can happen. But it's rare and it happens randomly. Thankfully, none of my chows are sick. Next to the doctor is a fortune teller who doesn't actually read fortunes and instead will give your chow a name. Talk about false advertisement. She'll come up with terrible names, so you're better off just naming your chow yourself. And geez, this naming screen is atrocious. I can definitely tell that the motivation behind it was, I don't want to do this again. So they made a one-size-fits-all screen. Some might argue to say this is efficient. I would argue to say it's stupid. Which is it? Stupid. I decided to name my chow Blanky, because he has no expression. Blanky is cool and all, but what am I gonna do with the other one? That smile is just creepy. Well, now would be a great time to talk about the giant white Game Boy Advance. The totally ageless Game Boy Advance is called the Chow Transporter. We activate it by throwing your chow inside like a bag of garbage. Here you can relocate chows to other memory cards, but if you look closely, you'll see the goodbye option. And oh my god! Sad music starts to play, the screen goes gray. You see an image of a sad little chow carrying a bindle. The game says the chow is going to live happily in the forest, and even the principal says that as well, but all I see is an open road with no woods in sight. Wolves will probably eat the poor thing before he finds a new home. God, I can't even give the little guy a ride to the forest? No, walk to the forest on your own, you little shit. Did I mention he's classified as a child? He can't even walk! Why couldn't I see an image of wild chows frolicking in the forest? Wouldn't it make more sense for the kindergarten to take in the chow and find a new home instead of kicking it out on the streets? Why is this so sad? And now, I just realized that I was basically going to send him to his death, all because I didn't like the way he looked. I could never bring myself to abandon my chow, especially after going through the world's worst guilt trip. The music alone makes me cry. I decided to keep the creepy chow, and he comes out of the machine the same way he went in. Well, if I'm gonna keep him, I'm gonna have to give him a cool name. But first, Doc, tell me about his health. An item? Aw, shit. Apparently no name here has superior stats compared to Blanky. Glad the wolves didn't get him. Since this chow has a creepy smile, I decided to name him Joker. Joker deserves an education to hopefully distract him from ever remembering his dad almost abandoned him. We can do this by going into the classroom where you'll hear other chows sing songs. I'm not sure what they're exactly saying, but if I had to guess, it would be, my stepdad's not mean, he's just adjusting. Depending on the subject, your chow will learn different activities. Careful though, as it takes 30 non-chow garden minutes for you to pick up your chow. If you try to take your chow out early, a really overly dramatic warning screen prevents you from taking your chow back. Man, they really take their education seriously here. I wonder why. Oh well. Just south of the classroom is a, black market. Black markets are defined as basically any transaction of goods or services that are prohibited by law, so black market in the kindergarten makes perfect sense. Inside are items you can buy for your chows with the rings you've collected from the main game. You can buy things like fruits, seeds, other chow eggs, stuff for your chow to wear, booze, boxes of ice, coke, and nose candy, and don't forget that doomstone for your broken dreams now that you're a parent. After your chows level up their stats, it's time to put them to the test. Going behind the waterfall in the garden will take you to a heavy breathing Omochow, shining a flashlight at its face. We have two options, Chow Karate and Chow Race. Let's go with Chow Karate for now. Chow Karate pits two chows in an arena. Chows attack by kicking or punching the living crap out of each other. We immediately see why raising a chow is very important in these events, like how the chows who can walk will attack faster than the chows who still crawl. You can't control your chow in these fights, everything they do is entirely on them. A chow's motivation drops over time and when they get hit. When it's low, chows will lose interest in fighting and you have to mash the A button to encourage your chow. And you know, it seems kinda weird that if a chow doesn't want to fight, you have to force them to keep fighting. Is this right? No. Am I gonna keep doing it? Yes. This makes fights suspenseful, frustrating, and, well, fun. Plus, it's a great way for you to see other chow types and designs. Looking back at it now, it feels wrong to pit children against each other in a fight. It kind of feels like a cockfight and, well, illegal. Oh well. Earn my love with a victory, you little shit. There's 3 ways to win. Knock out your opponent's health, knock out your opponent off the stage, or have the most health at the end of the time limit. But man, Joker destroyed his opponents and pulled no punches.
Ooh! Looking cool, Joker!
Maybe he would have been fine dealing with the wolves after all. Still, I wonder how these chows learned how to fight. Is it instinct, or did they learn this from somewhere? Now that we're done seeing chows beat the crap out of each other, let's move on to chow race. As a parent, I know I raise my child the best. So I force my child to race to shame the other parents. Chow racing is just what you expect. Chow's racing. There are different courses based around the different chow stats. Unfortunately, I find this mode to be kind of boring. Your chow is either hopelessly behind or unbeatable. I would have said this is a put the controller down moment, but you can hit the A button to make your chow run faster if you have the stamina for it. At least this mode has a better sportsmanship than Chow Karate. Well, almost, because you can get second place and still be told to try again. This just reminds your chows that winning is all that matters. So go faster, you little shit. There we go. When you win, you get a prize. A noisy object can drive you insane! That's right. This is the only way to get important items, and I think it would have been a lot better if you earned points based on how well you did in a race, and then exchanged them at the black market, but I guess that made too much sense. As you raise your chow, they will turn lighter when raised by good characters, and darker when raised by bad characters. Doing nice things, like feeding and petting them, will cause them to move towards the character's alignment. Or away if you abuse them. Yep, you can abuse your chows. In fact, you can throw them, you can punch them, you can kick them, and even tail attack them. I find it odd that abuse is even an option in this game, but whatever. I didn't make the game. It's much better to be nice to your chows than it is to be mean to them, because chows can die after about 15 hours in real time. If your chow is happy, they'll enter a pink cocoon and reincarnate as a new egg, plus they'll retain the same stat grade levels from their previous life. But if they aren't happy, they'll enter a gray cocoon and simply fade away, thus taking away all the effort you put into raising them. Because of that, I highly recommend you use something called a heart when raising your chows. Do as I say, not as I do. After being aligned with either good or evil, a chow is supposed to transform into a hero chow or a dark chow. But hours passed and they still didn't change. I checked online and I found out these chows will transform on their own after about 3 real-time hours. I thought, man, I must have spent a lot of time playing this as a kid. Until I remembered I used to stuff the crap out of my chows with fruit to do better in Chow Karate. And I was right. Another Google search revealed that chows will evolve sooner if you raise their stamina via fruits to around level 10. So after fighting with them to freaking eat their damn fruit, Joker finally evolved into a hero chow. Once you have a hero chow, a new garden opens up. The Hero Garden. You enter the garden by going upstairs, which symbolizes going to heaven. Inside you'll see pink clouds below, a bell that tolls peaceful sounds, and a large swimming pool. Truly, this is a chow paradise. Too bad Joker's unimpressed and passed out asleep. Funny to think that the chow with the creepy smile would end up as a hero chow. But what about Blinky? Well, while I was away with the Joker, Blinky became influenced by Rouge and her jiggling, Chaos Emeralds. It didn't take long for Blinky to turn to the dark side, and before you knew it, Blinky transformed. But that doesn't matter because Blinky finally learned an expression. Evil. And with that transformation comes the opening of the Dark Garden, which we enter by going downstairs. The Dark Garden features a terrifying atmosphere with tombstones, dark metal fences, a gloomy sky, a beautiful stylish white Game Boy Advance, and a pool filled with blood. Although Blinky doesn't mind. There's a kitchen here too, and it just got really adult the moment Rouge went inside it. Oh yeah, Shake them Chaos Emeralds, girl. Now that Joker evolved, I decided to take him to the intermediate level of Chow Karate. Joker was doing just fine at first. Plenty of heavy hits were made to win the match. It's almost scary how good he is. But in the semifinals, try as he might, he just couldn't do it, even with Morgana throwing woos at him. The difficulty spike is just ridiculous, and I was just too burnt out from raising my chows to keep collecting animals from the main game. But we're not done yet. First, I need to go get Blanky. He was busy working his part-time job summoning death to take the souls of the innocent, but he couldn't pass up the chance to infiltrate the hero garden. You see, you can breed chows. When flowers appear around the chow, it's a signal that they're open for business. And if there's a chow in the mood, they'll pass genetic code via their nose, and an egg will appear between them Pokemon style. Isn't nature amazing? Oh wait, aren't they supposed to be in kindergarten? Does that mean we just witnessed 5-year-olds lose their chowginity, or how many years were they held back in school? I'm inclined to believe in the latter because it's the lesser of two evils. Good God, these chows must be freaking idiots for some reason. We have proof that they could be older than children because we clearly see grown-up, self-sufficient adult chows with PhDs, facial hair, and balls. Big, shiny balls. Wait a minute, principals that don't know anything? Fortune teller shams? Black markets? This isn't a kindergarten, it's a smuggling operation. You can't bring your chows out of the classroom early because they're too busy making nose candy. This environment caused them to be violent, and they're capitalizing on it with under-the-table bets. That would also explain the Sonic character's bizarre and unusual behavior. Fertility fruits or Viagra stuffed fruits? You be the judge. All in all, the chows in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle are a nice little diversion from the main game. I always enjoyed raising chows, and I honestly like it better than the main game. There's still a lot more to it to this game that I haven't showed off, but I'll let that be your incentive to play the game yourself. Joker, Blinky, you will always have a place in my heart. And remember, I'm not mean, I'm just adjusting. Hey, thanks for watching my video. This is my second video and I hope I improved a lot compared to my first one. I'm still new and I don't really have any other videos to show off, so here's an out of place picture of kittens. Likes and subscribes would be appreciated.